Hi, this is Doug with IdahoMMA.com. I'm here with promoter Kasey Thompson with Knockout Promotions. Thanks for your time, Kasey. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Kasey, so you've been in this business for quite a long time, and we're coming up to XFS number 61. Tell us how you got started.
Wow, that's an interesting question. So, back in 2000, 2001, my friends were always big fans of MMA. We'd have house parties, watch Tito Ortiz fight, Randy Couture, Chuck Liddell. Back in the day, those were some of the big fights, especially Tito. So in 2005, my good friend Cleveland Quarter came up to me. I had a company called Extreme International. We were a big export company into South America and Indonesia for cellular products, remanufactured cell phones, that type of thing. So he came in and said, Kasey, I really want to move back to Idaho. He was fighting up in Worley, Idaho, up at the Indian Reservation, and needed a financial backer and kind of a business guy, I guess, to kind of market the fight. And he wanted to come back and make his return to Idaho and finish his career. So I guess, long story short, he kind of conned me into being his business partner. Not really conned, but it was a hobby. It was something we were going to do just once, maybe twice. And we were going to do boxing and bring him back to Boise. So our first fight was in July of 2005 at Taco Bell Arena, and he won that fight pretty easily. And then from there, we did another fight at Taco Bell Arena, and he fought a guy off the Contender show, off the first season of the Contender. Great guy out of Tennessee, and knocked him out in the second round. In fact, he could have knocked him out in the first round, but the governor was sitting next to us, and it was a packed house, and I was like, Cleveland, come on, at least go 2 rounds. We paid the guy $25,000. We gotta at least get our money's worth. So then from there we went to CenturyLink Arena, signed a long-term contract with them. And our third fight, which was Friday Night Fights back then, we brought Kenny Keene out of retirement after 3 years, and Kenny Keene and Cleveland, they both fought on that card, and we completely sold the arena out and walked about 1,000 people. Probably the second biggest fight ever in Idaho history that night, and that would have been January 2006. And then after that, knowing that Cleveland and Kenny were getting ready to retire, we did one big final fight with Roy Jones Jr. Probably the biggest named fight ever in the history of Idaho was July of 2006. We had Roy Jones Jr. come in, and he paid him $1 million to fight on that card and babysat it for 3 weeks, and he broke the pool at my house. It was that was a chaotic night, that whole fight. So about the same time, we decided we need to get into something else. So I wanted to get back to what I really loved, which was MMA, and thought that was really going to be the future. I thought people really like to watch. It's just more exciting. Boxing is what it is. MMA is karate, wrestling. It's got all your disciplines, and we decided to go that route. But back in 2006, there wasn't really fight teams. So I got together with Tom Supnet, who had put some boxers on our fight cards, and he was my first matchmaker. And we started getting fighters from all over Idaho and Utah, and Brandon Shuey was starting to think about having a gym. Back then, Jesse Brock, Scott Jorgensen used to train out of the Boise State Wrestling Gym. Later, they used to fight out of my warehouse. So there was no teams back in the day. And our headliners was Justin Eilers, who of course fought in the UFC for the heavyweight title. And recently he passed away on Christmas. And we had Casey Escola, who came out and knocked this guy out in 8 seconds. As they walked out, he kicked him right in the head, knocked it over, and knocked him out. So that arena was the most people ever in the history of Idaho to date. And that was XFS 1. And now we're at XFS 61, so 60 fights ago. And that's not even counting our fights that aren't in Boise. We've done fights in Blackfoot, and Idaho Falls, and Utah, and all over the Northwest. But that fight had 6,500 people, and we walked probably 500 people. So it was packed. We had a fighter from a running back for Boise State football that fought on our card. We had tons of fights. It was a lot of fun, but back then, again, there was no teams. There was no athletic commission that oversaw MMA. We used the boxing commission. They almost made me use boxing gloves. I had to talk them into it was a completely different sport. There was zero rules, anything for MMA back then. So it's a lot different than it is today, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, times has changed. Now let's talk about XFS 61. What's that card going to be like?
So our last fight was XFS 60, and it was September 7th last year, 2011. A couple of great fights on that card. Our main event was put two of the best fight teams together. We had Colton Vaughn taking on Drew Nelson. Drew Nelson was our heavyweight champion. People really gave Colton Vaughn zero chance of winning that fight. Undersized. Nobody, including myself, gave Colton Vaughn a chance. And he took it to him. Completely undersized, probably out experienced by a long ways. Ended up winning that fight. Huge upset. And that was our last fight. So it was going on 5 months ago. Had a couple other really good fights on that card. So coming into this fight, it's going to be February 15th at CenturyLink Arena. Tickets are only $15. We've got a whole slew of fighters that are hungry to get back into CenturyLink. Like I said, we took a little bit of time off and really wanted to get in there. But we've got Kasey Thompson, who's a big up-and-coming fighter. He's 155, fights with Jesse Brock, Scott Jorgensen down at Combat Fitness. We've got William Harrison, great fighter coming out of No Excuse at 195. We've got Mike Gonzalez, John Kimball out of No Excuse. We're also looking at getting Colton Vaughn back in the cage. Since that fight, he's picked up a couple of out-of-state fights and some big groups that he's fighting for. I want to say he's fighting, trying to get on with a, not sport fight, but one of the big groups. My mind's can't think of it right now. But anyways, we've got him on the card. Lucas Perez is another fighter that we're looking at getting on the card out of No Excuse. Santiago Moreno. I'd really like to get see if we get Vida on the card, do a girl fight there.
Vida Ortega.
Vida Ortega. Love to get her on. Put a call on Jesse Brock and see how that goes. Hardcore's got a couple of girl fighters down there that are wanting to get on the card. Audrey Perkins is one of them that wants to get on the card. Trent Long would be a great one to get on the card. Definitely like to get the Grayson brothers. You know, if we get Kyle Grace on card, Chase Pill's a good fight that would love to get on the card. I know Brandon Upchurch wants to get on the card. Josh Wick is a big up-and-coming fighter. Great fighter out of
Combat.
Yeah, I want to say Subnet, but really out of Combat Fitness now. Also, out of Twin Falls, we're looking at getting Ark the Alien Iverson to come back up there and fight. So, you know, Lowell Irwin's looking at coming back in as a heavyweight. We've got several big heavyweight fights, you know, that we're looking to put forward. So, I would say in the next few days we'll have these matches done, and we'll get those to you. And we're probably going to come in with 4 title fights. Hopefully having 1 or 2 female fights, and then having a total of somewhere in the neighborhood of 12 to 13 fights. So
nice.
It should be awesome. Should be, you know, it's been since September, so 5 months in the waiting, and I think it's going to be some really great fights. So.
Yeah, I missed the last one, and you know, being in a different venue, you know, it's like downtown Boise. You know, that's CenturyLink Arena. There's a lot going on down there, and I know the fans want to go there, and I know the fighters want to. So. Is there anything else that you want to get out there? I mean, we'll get back together again, but initially, is there anything else you want to get out?
You know, I think that's a lot. You know, for people that want to get tickets, they're on sale right now. They start at $15. You can go to CenturyLink Arena, CenturyLinkArenaBoise.com, or call 331-TIXS. Yeah, over the next few days, I'm going to give you updates. Hopefully, you'll get some fight footage with some of the fighters that are on the card. But it's going to be awesome night. We're expecting to, you know, awesome ring girls are going to be there. We've got a whole new slew coming in. We've got new lights, new sound, some new laser type of things that we're going to throw in there. Some new video we're going to include. So we're going to really take this this night and just make it special. So I'm excited to finish this fight card. That's my job the next 2 or 3 days to get it wrapped up and get it to you. So really excited.
Well, Kasey, can't wait. You know, as a fan, you know, I appreciate everything that you're doing, and can't wait for the 15th, and we'll be in contact before then.
Perfect.
Thanks again.
I appreciate your time.